Today we're going to make this traditional Malaysian kuih or sweet called Tepung Bungkus, a soft, creamy rice flour pudding with a fragrant and sweet coconut filling. To start the super simple recipe, let's first make the filling. Get a shallow pot or pan and place on the stove. Pour in 1 cup or 250 ml of water. Sprinkle in 100 grams of coconut sugar or brown sugar. Then get 1 puck of gula melaka or palm sugar. This is 50 grams. Break the gula melaka into smaller pieces, then add into the pot. Add a quarter teaspoon of salt and don't forget the most important ingredient, pandan leaves. If you can't find these, pandan extract will work just fine. Tie the leaves into a knot and place into the pot. With the heat on medium, stir the water and sugar and cook until everything dissolves and you're left with the fragrant brown syrup. Depending on how big or small the chunks of gula melaka are, it can take about 5 to 10 minutes to fully dissolve. Once we reach that stage, we can add in 200 grams of freshly grated coconut. As we stir, the coconut will soak up most of the sugar syrup, but not all of it. Keep on cooking for a further 10 to 15 minutes until we can't see any more loose liquid like this. If you prefer it drier, feel free to cook it a bit longer. I prefer keeping it a bit moist so it's easy to shape later. To help with that process too, spoon the filling into a bowl to cool completely, ideally in the fridge. While the coconut filling is cooling, let's prepare some banana leaves. This recipe makes about 16 parcels, so we need 16 squares. Over a flame, or in my case a ceramic stove, place 1 square directly onto the heat source to soften the fibers of the leaf. It'll turn bright green when it's hot, so it's easy to tell when it's done. Once we've done them all, we can set the leaves aside and start preparing the white pudding part. Into a large pot, add in 150 grams of regular rice flour, not glutinous. Then pour in 375 ml or 1.5 cups of coconut milk. Whisk as you pour the liquid in to fully incorporate. Next, pour in 750 ml or 2.5 cups of water. Once the flour and water are mixed properly, we can place this on the stove and add half a teaspoon of salt. With the heat on medium-high, stir constantly, making sure to scrape around the edges of the pan as it'll start to thicken from the outside in. After about 5 minutes or so, the mix will turn super lumpy. Just keep stirring. At this stage, it will thicken very rapidly, so don't leave it unattended. A few more minutes later, the entire mix will turn into this paste. We can now turn off the heat and stir until it smoothens out like this. We'll let this cool for a few minutes. In the meantime, we'll shape the coconut filling. Now that it's cooled, it should hold a shape when you press it together. Gently form it into a smooth ball and arrange on the plate. And now we can finally start wrapping the tepung bungkus. So first, lay a square of banana leaf on the counter. Scoop about 2 tablespoons of the rice flour mix onto the leaf and spread it out. If you find that it's too difficult to work with, stir the mix with a bit of water to loosen. Next, we're going to arrange 2 coconut balls on the white paste. Place another tablespoon of the paste on top. This is quite a messy process, so don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. It helps to keep a bowl of water nearby to prevent sticking. This will make it easier to mold the top a bit. To wrap, lift the bottom up and over to cover the entire thing, pressing down lightly. Let me turn this now so you can see it better. Do the same for the other side. If it's a bit too long, fold it in a bit. Now we can fold the edges and tuck them under. Easy peasy. Repeat until we've wrapped them all up. When they're all ready, we can arrange them into a bamboo steamer, an electric steamer, or any steamer that you have. We're going to steam the tepung bungkus on high for 15 minutes. They'll shrink a bit while cooking, and that's fine. Once they're done, retrieve them from the steamer and leave to cool for 30 minutes or longer. When they've cooled down a bit and set, enjoy them with a hot cup of tea. If you like this video, make sure to tap on this one next for another interesting recipe, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.